up, everybody, and welcome back.
Optimal laboratory where safety is number one priority.
Welcome back to episode 4 of my series, where we will be finishing our cheat right now. Gayware is the cheat, and we're just gonna start with the video. I don't want to talk too much. Last video we ended with the panel, the settings panel. As you can see, I'm moving it right now. This is the settings control panel, and we're gonna add all of those panels to our form. It sounds hard, but it's really easy. So I'm just gonna start with one thing. If I'm right, you should have already dragged our settings control, which can be found here. You should drag that to there. I'm gonna get my pointer back. Once you've done that, you wanna double click the settings button, and we're gonna get a wall lines of codes. What you want to type here underneath the using system.windows.forms, you want to type using and then space system.diagnostics, and you want to end with a semicolon. And now you can go down here, and we're gonna add our settings control, and we want this button to do an action. Whenever I click this button, I want this panel to bring to front. So whenever I click settings, the settings tab will show up. When you click credits, the credits tab will show up. We're gonna code that, so I go back to these settings by double clicking it, and you wanna type settings control. Number one, you wanna get the blue box, and then you type dot bring to front. You're gonna add with a class, so there's 2 slashes, and you wanna end with a semicolon. Once you've done that, you've correctly coded the panel. So whenever I start this, we're gonna wait till it started up. There we go. Whenever I click this thing, this panel is gonna show up, but since we only have coded one panel, it already shows up. So we're gonna close this. Of course, I haven't coded this button, so we go to Visual Studio, we close it. Now we're gonna go to credits. So you go to toolbox, credits, control, and you want to drag this inside here. And we want to align this at the same spot as our settings tab. So as you can see, those blue lines in the corners there and there show that it's aligned, and then we're just gonna put it up just like that. And now we're gonna double click this credits, and we're gonna type credits control 1 dot bring to front class semicolon. Semicolon. And now when we run this this application again, you should see that whenever I click those buttons, the panel switches. So credits, settings, credit settings. It's really easy, and we're gonna do this for every control. So we go back and we close our program. We're gonna go to the form again. We're gonna go to the toolbox. We search for scripts control. Yes, I'm right. And then we want to align this panel as well. So watch the blue button, the blue stripes, and you just put it up. You can move this with your arrow keys on your keyboard. And I see that I forgot something in this panel, so I'm gonna undo this. When I go back to credits script control, I see that I forgot those buttons at the top, as you can see. So we're gonna go back here, we're gonna copy this button, and we're gonna paste it in there. Copy this one, paste it in there. We want to align it just like the other ones, other panels. Align them like that. Alright. Copy this one. There we go. We've done that. So we go back to our form. We double click our scripts and we type script control. Sorry, script control. Okay, this one is a little bit different, I think. I know why, because we forgot to drag the script control in there. Okay, I tried to like drag this thing back, but the buttons didn't show up. What I had to do is I went to build and I clicked rebuild solution, and that fixed this shit for me. So now we can align it again. Sorry for the trouble, but I fixed it finally. So we put it back up like that. Okay, no, never mind. This panel has to go one step up, and as you can see, it's aligned. We double click the script button and we type again. We type script control 1 dot bring to front, and then class and semicolon, and that's it. Okay, we go to rage hack, so we search for rage control, we drag that in just like that. It's easy, and we align this with the original one, and then we double click rage and we type rage control 1 dot bring to front, semicolon, class, and then semicolon, like that. And then we go to the last one, which is legit. Align this one as well, just like that. And then we double click legit control 1 dot bring to front, class, semicolon. Now we're gonna click build and rebuild. We go to form 1, we click start, and as you can see, we now have legit, we've got rage, scripts, credits, and settings. We can hover through those, it's easy, and you shouldn't get any trouble with this shit. So yeah, it's easy. And as you can see, whenever I click those buttons, it just doesn't work. So we want to fix that. We're gonna stop this. You first want to go to your legit control, and you want to click this X, and now you can code it. So now what you're gonna type is application dot close, exit, sorry, exit. As you can see, you want to end with a class and semicolon. Now we don't get errors. Now we can start the form finally. And now whenever I am on rage panel and I click X, it's not gonna work. But if I go to legit and I click X, as you can see, it just closed my my application. We want to do this for every single control. So legit control, we got the application.exit. We want to go to rage control. We double click this, type application.exit, and the semicolon. We're gonna go to scripts control. We're gonna do the same for this one. .exit and a semicolon. Once we're done with that, we're gonna continue with this button, the minimize button. What I noticed is when you go to legit control and you're gonna code this one, it's not gonna work because it's a user control and we cannot close the form or like minimize the form with that button. So what we have to do is we go to form 1, the design. Sorry, yeah, you go to form 1 design, then we hover over to script control or legit control, that doesn't matter which one. We're just gonna want to copy this button. We're going back to form 1 design, and you're gonna click down there, so you select the wall form, and we're gonna click Ctrl V because you want to copy that this button. Then we're going to rename this one to btn minimize, like that, and then you're gonna drag this one up there, just like that. And now we've selected this button, and it's currently overlapping this panel. So what we want to do is we click legit, and what we're gonna type is btn minimize dot bring to front. You have to do this underneath the legit control, because if you do it above the legit control is gonna show up on front, and this button is gonna like disappear. So we want to end with a class and a semicolon, and we're gonna copy paste that for every single control. The credits control here as well, and the settings control. Just like that. You can now save it, and when we click start, you're not gonna notice anything because the button is overlapping, but when we switch between here, the button is gonna stay on top. So you can now stop it, you go back to your form design, and you double click the minimize button, and there you go. Yeah, you have to check that this says button minimize underscore click. If it doesn't, then you have to try it again. Really make sure that this is correct. What we're gonna type now is this dot window state, and then a space is equal to form window state dot minimized, and then you want to end with a semicolon. That's it. So now when we go to start, we're gonna get our form. We can switch through these, and whenever we click minimize, it's gonna minimize our cheat, and we can get it back whenever we want. It's that easy. So we can now exit the script, and we can continue with the rest. What we're going to do now is we are going to code the last buttons, which is Easy Frags, Project Affinity, etc. And of course the other ones, the recoil, BOP, auto strafe. We're gonna code all of those buttons that whenever we click this button, it's gonna open a auto hotkey. We're only gonna need a little bit of information. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna minimize this, and we are going to gateware this folder. What you want to do right now is you double click this. I'm gonna maximize this. You're going to bin, and you go to hex, and as you can see, we've got our CSGO hack here. That is the Easy Frags one. So what you want to do is you right click this, and you click properties, and then you go to security, and there you've got this object name. You want to completely copy paste that. You can make a notepad or whatever and save it on there. What you also can do is you go to Visual Studio and you go to legit control, sorry, here, and we are gonna double click this Easy Frags button, and there you go. We can now code this button, and what are we going to type is we're going all the way up to using blah blah blah, and you want to type using space system.diagnostics. You want to do that for every single control. So we are going to the rate control, and we're gonna view the code, and there we want to type using, we're going to do that for every single control. Once that's done, we can double click this again, and what we're gonna type right now is process.start, and then we want to open this with brackets, just like that. Inside the class, we're gonna type those double brackets, and in between here we are gonna we're gonna paste this wall path. As you can see, it's gonna give you all of those errors. What you want to do is just add slashes to every other slash. So now you can see we've got 2 slashes, and it's gonna say expected because we didn't end with a semicolon. And now that's done. When we click start and we go to our legit tab, which is over here, and we click Easy Frags, it's gonna load up, and there we go. It's now starting up this Easy Frags. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do that for every single button. So I'm not gonna use Project Infinity because I currently don't have it anymore. So we're gonna go to Rage, and as you can see, we wanna open the injectors tab. So we go back to Gateware, which is over here. We're gonna go to bin, and we go to hex and DLLs, and as you can see, we don't see anything. So you go back, you right click, and you click properties again. You go to security, and you copy paste this whole path. We're going back to Visual Studio. We're gonna stop the script because it was still running. Now we wanna go to I guess it was hex again. Where is it? We're gonna find it here. Oh, no, sorry, it was Rage, and then we go to View Designer. We double click this injectors, and we are just gonna type process.start again. The class and the brackets, paste this in here, and we're gonna add those slashes. There we go. We're gonna end with a semicolon, and there we go. When we now start this up, and we click Rage and injectors, it's gonna open the. Oh, sorry, this is my fault. This was meant for the DLLs, not the injectors. As you can see, it's now opening DLLs, but you want to do that for the other one, not the injectors one. But yeah, when you just copy that path and you paste it in your cheat, it's gonna open the wall path. So yeah, that's nice to know. You of course you can copy paste this. and you go back to your rage control here, click DLL, process.start. We can remove this one because it's not meant for the other one. We go back to rage control, injectors, we go to gayware, and yeah, here's the injector. You normally want to make a new folder with injectors, but the injector is right here. You can just, like, you click new, and you want to make a new map, injectors, and then we drag this one to injectors, and then you can copy this complete path. So you go to security again, and you copy paste that, process dot start, and we replace the slashes with another one. And I guess I did something wrong because I still see some errors here. We forgot one, and we've got another thing wrong. Unexpected character. Oh, I see this slash. So what we can do right now is we click start, and we go to rage, and when we click injectors, it's gonna open the injector tab. It's that easy. You can do the same for the DLLs. So it will open the utility DLL, just the same as this one actually. What you can also do is scripts. So we open up this this folder again. We go back to scripts, and we get the let's see. Oops, stop it. You go to script control recoil. So we go to the recoil script, which is this one. You click properties, security, and you copy that path as well. Then you double click this button, process dot start. And then we end with a semicolon. There we go. When we click start and we go to scripts and we click recoil, as you can see, the script is now running. So it's that easy. You can do this for, you can do it for all buttons, but I'm not gonna do every single button because yeah, it takes a lot of time, and the video is gonna be longer and longer. Then I get render problems, so I'm not gonna do every button, but just to show you how it works. Credits, you can also do the credits. That's also very easy. You can close this real quick, and you click where is it? Credits. You can also always just find it here. So you right click and you click view designer, and then you find it. You double click this, and then you can type message box, and then this semicolon, and type whatever. Oh, sorry, I forgot something. Message box dot show, and then the class with those brackets. You type your message and end with a semicolon. When we start this and we go to credits and we click this, it's gonna give you a nice message box. Well, because the scripts are mine, I'm gonna say thanks Ninkyboy for the scripts. Now we click start, and we can go to credits, click this one, and it's gonna say thanks Ninkyboy for the scripts. Pretty easy. And what you can also do, and that's for the end, the settings, the YouTube, the PayPal, the red GUI color, we can all change that stuff. So we go to, where is it? Settings here. And oh, I forgot something. Using, oh, I didn't forgot it. Sorry. We're gonna go to the settings control. We're gonna open the designer. We're gonna double click this one, and you wanna type process dot start, and then you can do this brackets stuff. Now we go to YouTube, and you just type youtube.com. You can find your own channel, whatever. And in Ninkyboy, we just copy paste that in here, and with this semicolon. And now when we click start, and we go to settings, we click YouTube link UI, it's going to start up my YouTube. That's basically it. You can also do it for PayPal, you can do it for every single link you want, just paste a link in there. And that's it. That's actually it for this video. I said in my community tab that I'm gonna split it in 2 separate parts, like episode 4 and episode 5. I'm not gonna do that anymore because I just made the video shorter. If you code every single button, then your cheat is basically done. So I'm gonna show you what the end result is of my cheat. As you can see, this is the cheat. It's very basic. It's ugly because I didn't really spend time on this cheat, but yeah, what we coded is when we hover through those, that the panel changes, and when we click a button, we coded this button so it will open the easy frags. What we also did is the injectors and DLL. So what we know is how we can open separate folders. So it's gonna open this path and this folder. What we also know is how to run scripts. So when we click recoil, it is going to run this script. What we also have learned is how to make message boxes. Thank you both for the script, so that's also very easy. And the settings, how to open a YouTube link or whatever link you want. I did not go into this feature because I never tried this, and I honestly don't have a single idea how to change the color. So yeah. No, actually I do know how to do it in auto hotkey, because I've done it before. When we go to Inkware version 1.0.2, I made multiple GUIs for this one. So when we click red text, it's gonna change the color. But I don't know how to do that in C#. But we're gonna skip this one for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you have learned something from my series. If you still have got some questions, you can always just DM me on Discord, and I will answer your questions as soon as possible. Yeah, that's it for the video, and I'll see you in the next series. Maybe I will be teaching you how to make an auto hotkey cheat, whatever. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.